Hello, I'm Joe Walensky, and I'm here with Claire Carlson of Blink, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what she's going to be presenting at the upcoming ConveyUX event. Hi, Claire, how are you?
Good, how are you?
All right, where are you speaking to us from today?
I am at the Blink UX offices here in downtown Seattle.
All right, well, I know from your background that you've been working at Blink for a couple of years now, and your topic that you're going to have at the conference is improving UX through customer experience mapping. So why don't you give us a little overview of what you'll be talking about and how that fits into the work that you do?
Yeah, no problem. So first of all, I didn't know much about customer experience mapping about a year ago. Um, Blink engaged with a company called Zap, which is a Brazilian research or a real estate company in Sao Paulo, and they wanted to redesign their website. And to do that, we had to ask a lot of questions that we wouldn't normally ask for a research project because we just had no idea what the real estate market was like there, what the culture was like around real estate there. So what we did was we created the customer experience map as a tool to both inform us as we designed their website, um, and just a way to kind of familiarize ourselves with the culture there. Um, so we learned a lot through that process. Like I said, we asked a lot of questions that we wouldn't normally do on research projects, and in doing so, we got a lot of feedback that helped the design. And the findings that we learned on that project um, could be helpful on other projects. So, for example, on this project, we talked about with people that live in Sao Paulo. We talked to them about what are they feeling before, during, and after a home transaction, and that could relate to other projects we do. For example, what are your emotions before, during, and after? I don't know, creating a retirement plan or something like that. So thinking about um, the overall experience from the user's perspective outside the realm of just the product that you're working on. Um, so after we created the customer experience map, we kind of used it as a tool for our project team to know what areas of the process we want to focus on, what information would be a high priority to users. So it really made the whole design process much more efficient because of that, which was great. And I just wanted to share what we learned through that experience with other UX teams so that they can find ways to make their process more efficient.
Well, obviously, Brazil is a gigantic economic system in and of itself. What did you? Was it what was it like just being part of that whole thing where you were designing specifically within that area?
Um, well, it was definitely different for us because we have a lot of data from all our studies of how people react to certain types of content, and we couldn't really use that on this project. We were kind of like we had fresh eyes. We're like babies going into this project starting
Hmm.
from scratch, so that was definitely interesting. Also, there are just so many interesting quirks about Brazil and specifically real estate that it was really enlightening on this project. So, for example, they don't have an MLS in Brazil, so that was definitely a design challenge. And you know, every real estate website that you go to in the States, like Zillow or Trulia or Redfin, things like that, they all have this MLS that they can draw from. So it makes that process a lot easier. But that was something we didn't have available to us in Brazil. So we got pretty creative about how to kind of sidestep that challenge.
All right, great. Well, yeah, I think that that'll be great insights for people that are interested in possibly getting involved with that area themselves in the future. So, thanks for taking a few minutes to talk about the session, and we'll see you at the Seattle event in February.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, thank you.